Hello, everybody, and welcome to Still and Sovereign. Ask me anything with special guest, Sharon Hurley Hall, my dear big sis. Sharon, welcome. Welcome to your own
Thank
show.
you. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, this is so good. And can I just say, people, there is something very special about your sister being one of like the main sponsor for your event, and it has just been such a joy. And so this is only the latest example. So to all of you out there who are listening, Team Live and Team Replay, this is your chance. You can ask me anything you want to know about the Still and Sovereign Retreat. And in the meantime, Lisa has some questions that came in earlier.
Yes, I have lot. Listen, people have had lots of questions. And some of them are practical, some of them are more like, what were you thinking? So we have the gamut. So let's get started. And so tell us about the Still and Sovereign Retreat. Where did you get this idea in the first place? Because I think you started thinking about it like maybe a year and a half ago or
Yes,
so. Yeah.
about a year ago, I was actually in a group in a community,
Mm-hmm.
and a friend of mine started talking about a retreat that she was planning, and I thought to myself, this sounds ideal,
Mm-hmm.
and I live in a tourist destination, and it's like the perfect place for a retreat. It has great
Mm-hmm.
energy, and also it seems to be something because I'm on a mission to create more introvert affirming events. And
Yes.
so, hi there, Daniel. Thanks for tuning in. And I really wanted to make sure that I could create an event that was a retreat, yes, but a retreat with a difference, right? A
Mm.
retreat that really spoke to the quiet people because, we have all been to events, right? We have all been. Turkey is packed, man. All
Hi,
right,
Toki.
Turkey.
Welcome. We have people in the comments
Welcome.
already. Toki says it is already packed and ready. Okay, and today is actually exactly a month out. So, and
Yes.
then Latrice, hey Latrice says that she's
Hey,
packed as
Latrice.
well. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm halfway packed. I'm halfway packed. I'm so
I
ready.
I really yes, so I really wanted this to be something introvert affirming, not to be one of those events because even retreats, right,
Mhm.
can be can be a drain,
Yeah.
right? The constant pressure to be busy,
Mhm.
the number of people involved in the
Mhm.
actual retreat. You're constantly battling that sensory overwhelm. And
Mhm.
so a lot of what I thought of is yes, there's a beautiful location.
Mhm.
Yes, there is a fabulous villa, which we'll get more to in a little while.
Mhm.
But also, what would it be like to have a retreat that truly honored our need for quiet, for
Mhm.
calm, for
Mhm.
peace,
Mhm.
for room to get back to ourselves, and in
Yes.
this fabulous, high energy, warm location? So
Mhm.
that was kind of where it started. And then it just grew from there.
Yes, I mean, I always call you, as people know, I call you the great implementer because once you say you are going to do something, it is done. And so this is a typical case in point because you said, okay, I'm going to do a retreat. And I knew you were going to do it. At the same time, it's like the level at which you're doing it, sis. Nobody would believe that this is your first go round planning a retreat. It's far less a luxury retreat. But we're going to get more into that. So some people have asked, I guess a lot of people maybe don't know, they can't tell from your accent. Like your accent is not as clear as mine, right? And so why Barbados? Why did you choose Barbados? That's a question that a lot they're like, okay, well, there's Bali, there's all kinds of other places, why Barbados specifically?
There were both practical and energetic reasons. Right now,
Okay.
you and I are Reiki masters. We are in a family with three Reiki masters, right? Our mother.
Hmm.
Hello, because I know she's listening. Hello,
Hi, mom.
Mama Bear. Right? And so one of the things that I know about Barbados is from an energetic perspective, it's a place where many ley lines cross. It's a high energy location. You have a lot of holistic healing happening on the island,
Mhm.
right? And to go with the actual wonderful climate, right? So
Right.
there was that. The second reason is, as you pointed out, this is my first retreat. I
Mhm.
thought I would remove one variable by choosing a location that I knew well. That's a
Exactly.
practicality. That is a
Yeah.
practicality. And a place that I knew that people would love, right? I
Mhm.
knew that people would love. I
Yeah,
don't think I've
because
ever had a friend visit Barbados and not love it.
exactly, exactly. I mean, Bajans always say, and it's true, we live where other people vacation, right? So
Right.
that's basically what you're doing. You're like, okay, well, this is my home. Welcome to my home.
Yes.
Here's what it's
Yeah.
like. So I love that part
Yeah.
because a
Yeah.
lot of retreats, there actually is no connection between the host and where the retreat or event
Yeah.
is being held. So I love that you have, that connection.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then, of course, the second related question is, La Maison Michelle. A lot of people don't know about La Maison Michelle. They don't know about the west coast of Barbados, which I've been trying to explain to Latrice as we as we make all of our plans. The west coast
Yes.
versus the south coast, and so on. And so, why this villa, and why the west coast of Barbados?
Okay. So for those who don't know, well, Barbados has, as many places have, islands have, it has several coasts, right?
Correct.
That's the north and the east, which are more Atlantic side, little rougher, that kind of thing in terms of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the south and the west, which is where the beaches tend to be. The west coast, for better or worse, has become, often called the Gold Coast or the Platinum Coast. I mean, that kind of thing. It's where you get your most exclusive and luxury properties. Many
Mm-hmm.
people in the world have heard of Sandy Lane Hotel,
Yes.
which was, you know, has been on the island since the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
has been torn down and rebuilt as a seven-star hotel, right? With that kind of service. It's the coast where Rihanna has a home,
Mm-hmm.
not the home she grew up in, but the other home, right? It is the coast where you have the Sandy Lane Golf Course, the Westmoreland Golf Course, and you have all of those things.
Yeah.
You have, yes, you have all of those things. And so you tend to get the most luxurious properties on that coast.
Yeah. And that's
And
what you
part of
wanted.
the and that is what I wanted, but also more importantly, La Maison Michelle is owned by a black woman of Barbadian heritage. And that
Love
was
that.
important to me from a values perspective. And she
Mm-hmm.
created that specifically because she was making a point about what people do, what black people deserve, what black people own.
People
Because
own.
in post-colonial settings, because the thing that you won't see is that a lot of those high-end properties are not necessarily owned by black Barbadians,
Mm-hmm.
right? So specifically, this property, because it was owned by a black Barbadian, um, a woman,
Yes. Yes.
luxury,
Mm-hmm.
and because I had the chance to attend a couple of events there. So, the timeline is I had decided that I was having this retreat. I started looking around for venues. Somebody invited me to a day experience at La Maison.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, wow, this is the perfect place for my retreat. So we
Yeah.
started having a conversation. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you've seen the pictures, everybody has seen the pictures. And here we have Tamika confirming
Yes.
that La Maison is absolutely gorgeous,
Thank you,
right?
Tamika. Yes. Thank you. Because
Right?
it is. Yes.
It is. And just the intentionality with which Michelle has created it,
Mm-hmm.
right? The luxury, but the calm. The fact that
Yeah.
your room can be your oasis, the infinity pool, the beautiful grounds, the view right over the coast of Barbados,
Yeah.
right, you see greenery all the way. The gazebo, the dining area, a little,
Oh,
a little, a little sort of living room area where you can just sit yourself down in a
Ready.
comfy couch and chat with the people around you. So all of that, having experienced it, I knew it was the perfect place to
Mhm.
have this retreat.
Oh my gosh,
You
I
know?
love that. And I love that even in something like this, right? Because of who you are, there is resistance built in,
Oh
right?
yes.
By which I mean, you're like, yes, it's going to be, owned by a black woman. Like, because a lot of people don't see that. A black woman, Bajan heritage, owning a property and being the CEO of a property of this kind and quality is a rarity in the Caribbean. And
It is.
so choosing to showcase that subtly, because people
Yes.
will just absorb it as they're there. Like, you don't need to say anything,
Yeah.
but it will just be what it is, right? It will
Well, I
just be
did
what
make a
it is.
big. I made a point of it on the promotional page, but yes, I think it was very important for me to be
Yeah,
supporting
yeah, yeah.
that kind of venture, right?
Yes, absolutely. So this is a question from me, actually. So when you think about, like, what kind of woman would most benefit from Still and Sovereign, from the Still and Sovereign retreat, like, what kind of woman do you have in mind? And I know some of the people who are attending, obviously, a
Yeah,
couple of them
yeah.
are here with us right
I'm
now.
right here in the
We have
room.
Toki, we have Latrice, right? But what did you have in mind? What kind of woman did you have in mind? And there is one solitary spot left. Okay. So if this sounds like you, then she's talking to you. So go ahead, sis.
So the kind of woman that I had in mind was first of all introverted or quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, having said that, there's an overlap with neurodivergence. People who
Yeah.
get overwhelmed by too much
Mm-hmm.
peopling, too much of
Yeah.
everything, right? Those people who want and deserve and need a luxury experience, but something that is tailored to
Mm-hmm.
their needs, their sensory needs, yeah,
Yeah.
to their way of being, to their way of being.
Absolutely.
I also had in mind, and this is probably because of the work that I've been doing. A lot of us that have been out there being
Mm-hmm.
activists in the social justice space, supporting other Black women, however we do it, coaching them, pouring into others, the women that pour into others in whatever way that you do. And I can honestly say that every woman who is so far attending does that, right?
Aw.
Those who are pouring into others need a space for them to be poured into in
Yes.
exchange, but
Yes.
then, so that they can actually rest, so that
Mm.
they can actually recharge, so that they can actually be pampered and taken care of just for a
Mm-hmm.
few days, a little respite from the
Yeah.
day to day of pouring into others, of
Yes.
doing the
You're giving to the givers.
giving to the givers,
I,
caring to the caretakers.
Yes, yes. I absolutely love that. And okay, I know you got this question, and a lot of people DM'd you because they didn't want to put it in the comments of any of the posts, right? So, but you got this question, so we're gonna put it out there. Is the retreat only for Black women? So I'll leave that. Right? We keep getting asked that. We could, right? So that's one. So for everybody who wanted to know, is Still and Sovereign only for Black women? Here's your answer.
It is not, actually. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, I would say that the people who are attending are kind of half and half. Some women are Black and some are not.
Mm-hmm.
Many are people of the global majority, right? Right? Um, yeah, I think when I originally conceived it, I thought those are, the Black women are often at the sharp end of these, but it doesn't only apply to Black women, right?
Yes.
As I said, the women that I know that are coming, whether they
Mm-hmm.
are Black or non-Black, are all people who have been pouring into others, who have been doing, for example, the EI work, who have been doing social justice work, who have been activists in some way, who have been coaching and supporting others. And so I think that if you are a woman who has been pouring into others, who is feeling exhausted, who
Mhm.
who needs a break where you can be poured into,
Yes.
then this retreat, the still and sovereign retreat, is for you. You
Mhm.
know, as you know, I mean, I run a polycultural community. I don't leave out the people that need it, right?
Oh, that's important because that is
Right?
actually inclusivity in practice, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
everybody does not have to be in every room, but there are
No.
definitely some rooms where everybody, let everybody come, everybody's welcome. And I do
Yes.
love that you have curated this space so that every, like you said, all of the givers, all of the women
Yes.
who are givers are welcome. And
Yeah,
so it is,
exactly.
yeah, I
Exactly.
absolutely love that that's how you've curated it. And so listen, people want to know, sis.
I know, I listen, I know that people wanted to know. And I don't, I don't blame them for asking the question because, often when I write about this, I
Mhm.
write for people like myself, but people like myself is not only in regard to the color of my skin.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is in regard to my introversion. It is in
Mhm.
regard to my neurodivergence. It is in regard to my social justice work, my activism, my writing, right? The way that I put myself out into the world. And so I honestly believe, and you know the people that are coming,
Mhm.
right? That these women, this particular group of phenomenal, exceptional women
Mhm.
fits that bill. No
Yeah.
matter what is out here. It's,
Right.
but
Right.
what is in here
Oh, I love
is
that.
what unites us, what is in their hearts, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Fully agree.
Yeah.
And I just wish, why can't we all just come together? I wish more of the world were really like this. But what I love is that you're creating a little oasis for us to actually,
Yes,
experience that and practice it, and just love on each other. One human being at a time.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, I think that is so beautiful. Um, and so back to La Maison Michelle. What I know all of the work that you have put into this, into the retreat, into the experience, into the programming, and in some cases, the lack of programming, which is also deliberate, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you want people, the women and guests, to feel when they arrive at La Maison Michelle?
I want them to exhale, actually.
We did
Shout
not
out to
plan
our
that,
sponsor,
y'all. We
Space
did
to
not plan.
Exhale. I want them to arrive there and feel their shoulders drop,
Mm,
right? I
mhm,
want them to come in the afternoon,
mhm,
tired from their flight perhaps, either retreat to their room or jump straight into the infinity pool,
mhm,
right? With a
mhm.
cool drink, right? And then just meander towards the welcome dinner
Oh, meander.
later in the evening, right? Where some great and lovely and wonderful goodies will be handed out,
Oh my
right?
gosh. Yes, yes, yes. And speaking of go to their room, right?
Yes.
Another question that you got from a few people was, what's the situation with accommodations? Are people going to have to share rooms? Like what's the situation with that? What are the rooms like? So can you answer a couple of those for
Oh,
us?
absolutely, absolutely, sis. The rooms are absolutely gorgeous. Each of them has its own design. It has been
Mhm,
done intentionally. So, there's a Caribbean room, there's one that is sort of black and red, there's another, the decor is phenomenal. The
mm,
rooms are absolutely wonderful.
mhm.
Um, and I've shared some pictures. You can also see
Yes,
a lot more on the La Maison website. I mean,
yes.
honestly, you feel the minute you walk into that room, you just sigh in relief. Any of those, any room. I've seen them
Are
all.
they all
Any
en
room.
suite?
Yes,
All en suite. Now, what about
yes.
accommodations? Is anybody sharing a room? Is anybody like what's happening with that?
Nobody is sharing a room
Say it one more
unless they
time. One more
choose to.
time. One more time.
Nobody is sharing a room. So one of the things that I did, when I was thinking about this,
Hmm.
right? And so I started out, as often you do with accommodation, with single occupancy and double occupancy rates. But
Mhm.
before I even got to promoting it, I said, you know what, these are introverts. They're like me. They don't want to share a room with anybody.
Nobody wants double occupancy.
No, nobody wants double occupancy.
Right,
Nobody wants double occupancy. Everybody wants their own room, their space that they can retreat to. And that is actually part of the experience. Having a space that is yours, that you
Mm-hmm.
can retreat to,
Yes, yes.
right?
And
And so it
throughout,
was intentional. And that is why, you know, the numbers are capped. There are only so many people that can fit,
yeah.
right? Exactly.
Yeah, I love that too because it's not one of these, this is not, one of these. We want to get 5,000 people in,
No,
that's not it. It is curated. It
yeah.
is luxurious. It is
Mhm.
deliberately a small number. It is intimate, so
Yes,
that people can, build connections. It's for introverts.
it
Introverts
is
and
for
power
introverts.
don't go together. So
No,
you
it is
you
right.
you built it for with introverts in mind.
Yes, because we like those one-on-one deep conversations, or a small group of three, and this
Mm,
will allow you to do that. This will also allow you. There are spaces all around the grounds where you can go and sit. You can
mm.
retreat to a room. I mean, there will be spaces in our togetherness, as Khalil Gibran said.
I love that. I love that. Spaces in our togetherness. So, speaking of, people won't feel forced to socialize, right? What about like the actual programming? Folks have asked you about, okay, well, what actually are we going to, if it's a minimalist retreat, well, what are we going to be doing or not doing? What can we opt into, opt out of? Like at one point, there's a trip to the end, Botanic Gardens. Do we have to go on that? People have asked questions like that. So, yeah, help the people out.
Well, my idea for this retreat is that you will be able to opt out of the things that you really don't want to do, right? There are there are, I think, three outings.
Hmm.
There's oysters, fish fry. That is probably the busiest of the outings. Okay,
Yes.
but it is a quintessentially Barbadian experience, so I didn't think people would want to miss out,
Hmm.
right? We have a sunset catamaran cruise,
Yes.
right? Dinner cruise,
Yes. Which,
always
mind you,
wonderful.
you can definitely you listen. You can go on that boat and find a corner
Yes,
and stare off into the sunset and absolutely talk to no one if you don't want to. Or, if boats are
yeah,
not your thing, some people, might have, I don't know, seasickness or whatever.
yeah,
Stay at the villa. The villa is fabulous. Like you're not going to
yeah. The
be,
villa is fabulous.
yes.
Yeah,
So,
and then yes, the trip to Andromeda,
hmm.
right? Apart from that, the other things that are happening are at the venue.
Hmm.
The way, the typical cadence of the day, right? Let me pick a day, right?
Yeah.
Is that we will have some sort of morning relaxation session,
Okay.
right? Um, breathing, meditation, something of that ilk, right?
Hmm.
Right. We do have a one particularly special treat which I will get to in a minute, right? We then That's going to be short, right? I'm thinking, 8:30 to 9. Then you have an hour before our brunch and learn. Grab your brunch, and then we start talking about the topic of the day.
Hmm.
That will run to lunchtime. Then you have so that is actually our only formal session each day,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
Then in the
that.
afternoon, then in the afternoon you may have an activity, and one of the activities, at least on one of the days, is let's line in the pool. Okay. That's one of the activities, right? So, that might be we leave to go for the catamaran, or we go to Andromeda. Um, but it might also be take some time to yourself, you have some free time. Oh, yes, we have a beach trip planned. But again,
Hmm.
if you're not a beach person and you want to stay back and be in the pool, that's fine too,
Right.
right?
Have a pool lane.
Yes, exactly. So I think and then we'll have um, 3 of the nights we have a meal at the
Mm-hmm.
premises. Then we have the
Mm-hmm.
oysters fish fry, we have the catamaran dinner cruise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we have afternoon tea. Um,
Oh,
right. So we have brunch, afternoon tea, and dinner of some kind,
love
right?
that
That's how
afternoon
that.
tea. I love it. I love it. I already feel so
Informal,
fancy.
informal,
Yes,
informal.
of
You know
course.
the tea, right? The tea items are there. You help yourself to what you want. You find a corner, you sit with your plate and your cool drink, and you
Yes,
just enjoy it, right?
yes, yes.
And
We're not
actually, to come
talking
to that,
gathered, no,
yeah,
no place settings and
no,
fascinators needed. You know,
no place, no, no, no. There is, you don't have to dress up,
right.
right? You don't have to dress up. I'm wavering at the moment. I have a couple of caftans which I will bring. But the likelihood is, and you know me, sis, the likelihood is that I will be wearing shorts and a top quite a lot of the time.
I have my shorts. I have
Right?
my shorts. I have a couple of t-shirts. I do, I'm a
Yeah,
Catherine girl, so I have a couple of
yeah,
those as well.
yeah.
But yeah, you know, um, just
Thank
pausing here to say Latrice has put it in writing. Nobody is sharing a room, just so it's written.
you, Latrice.
Yes,
Oh
Latrice,
my
we
gosh.
are bound. We are bound now legally. Yeah,
Yes.
I just like it, sis, because even with what you described there, it sounds very low key, and because everyone has a choice.
Everyone has a
Like even
choice.
yes, at every point. If even if like you don't want to do, you don't want to participate in the tea, or if you're if you're tired, whatever, just
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
It is your retreat. So
Agency.
and
You
right,
get what you want. You want to come and enjoy the venue and not participate in a whole lot. That is your choice. I don't believe, knowing who's in the room, people are going to want to participate in the sessions, but I have very deliberately tried to not overprogram it, to
yes,
leave space and spaciousness in the rhythm of the day, you
mm-hmm,
know,
mm-hmm,
so that people have room to regather themselves,
mm-hmm.
right? You have your morning thing, you have an hour before your brunch and learn, which might last like an hour and a half. Then you have a little more space. Then you go off to do what you do. You come back, you know, you have a little more space. You have dinner, you have a little more space. Oh, yes, I forgot. The floating sound bath.
Girl, when I
The
tell you
floating
I
sound
am
bath.
so ready, I can actually picture myself there floating on one of those whatchamacallits.
Yes,
You know what I mean by the
I
whatchamacallit.
know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like I don't even know what it's called, like a lilo.
Yes, one of them things. But
Yeah,
I'm going to be floating on one of those, just absorbing all of those, positive, beautiful,
yeah.
melodious sound
Mhm.
waves. Girl, so ready, so ready, you know?
I
I
have
don't,
had that experience at La Maison, and it is absolutely phenomenal.
oh my goodness.
Now, one
Yeah.
of the things that I'm trying to organize
Mm-hmm.
um, for the Saturday morning is a little Reiki demo because, you and I are there. Our mother is
Mm-hmm.
going to visit for the day.
Yes.
I'm hoping to invite in a couple other Reiki practitioners so people can get to learn a little bit more about it and have a little mini treatment. Just,
Oh, that
a
would be
little
so
special thing,
beautiful. And
right?
Reiki can be very relaxing as well,
Yes, it
relaxing and
is.
balancing. And
Grounding and calming
yeah,
and yes,
I love that.
exactly.
Not only that it is part of the programming, but that, you and mommy and I are going to get to actually be a part of, presenting it
Yes,
or
yes,
sharing it, I
yes,
should say. Yeah. Oh,
yes.
wonderful, 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 wonderful. I'm so excited. So from what you've described, all I'm hearing is quiet luxury, right? That's
Yes.
what comes to me, right? So
Quiet,
what do those words, what does the phrase quiet luxury mean to you?
quiet luxury is about pampering and agency,
Mm-hmm.
right? It
Yes.
is about um, it is about being looked after by the wonderful
Mm-hmm.
team. It is about being able to connect with yourself, actually, as well, is something
Mm-hmm.
that I thought of. Because, It's amazing. And I'm sure we've all experienced this at times. You have time to yourself and all sorts of insights come to you that you weren't necessarily anticipating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Because your brain is finally free
Yes, of the day to
to be
day.
itself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm
Absolutely.
going to encourage people
Mm-hmm.
to put down their phones during the sessions
Mm.
and just be.
Yeah.
Absolutely take them out on the outings because you're going to want to capture those sunset pictures and those garden pictures and those fish fry pictures. But
Yes,
when
yes.
we're there and we're in session, let's
Mm-hmm.
take a little break from our devices,
Yeah, I love that. You know,
right?
unchain yourself, untether.
Yes.
Right.
Now
Untether.
again, everybody has a choice.
Yeah.
This is my suggestion,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But if you're having palpitations at the thought of that, you definitely need to be at this retreat.
For sure. For sure. Speaking of which, like what part of the retreat? Because you again, you put so much work and thought and planning into this. So what part of it are you most excited for people to experience? Or if you can even choose, maybe give me
Oh,
your top three. Maybe give
that's
me your top
hard.
three.
Well, okay, okay. The floating sound bath,
Uh-huh.
the Reiki,
Mm-hmm.
and the brunch and learns because there's some great things for us to reflect on,
Yes, yes.
right? There's some wonderful things for us to reflect on,
Mm-hmm.
and just I know you said top three, but I'm also excited to share some of the micro restoration practices that work for me with the
Right,
people who are attending the retreat.
right.
Right? So this basically gives you a little toolkit of things that you can take away with you. Not
Mm-hmm.
a, not a physical toolkit, but a
Yeah,
list
yes,
of
yes.
things that you can take away, of practices that you can take away with you that you can use long after the retreat is over and
Mm-hmm.
tap back in to that stillness and sovereignty.
Mm. Oh my gosh, amazing. I mean, this is a little bit backwards, but how did you even come up with the name? Because we talked about how you came up with the concept. But this is the
Well,
question. This is the question from me personally. How did you even come up with the name?
this is an interesting one actually,
Uh-huh.
because here what happened is I had a conversation with Michelle of La Maison
Ah,
about
right.
what I was hoping for from the retreat.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so when she sent me the first document to do with it, she had written still and sovereign because she had pulled that out of our conversation.
Oh,
And I said, yes, that is exactly it.
oh my gosh, I love that.
I just love the synchronicity of it all, you know?
Yes, yes. I cannot wait to meet Michelle. I'm so I'm excited about everything about this trip. Excited about meeting a lot of people in person that I've only ever, known virtually.
Me
Definitely excited
too.
about meeting Michelle. Excited about, interestingly enough, as a loner and an introvert, as you know, I'm actually excited about the community because I know it's already designed for someone like me,
Yes,
so therefore
yes.
if I go off in a corner or if I'm quiet, I won't have a bunch of
Mhm.
people asking me, why are you so quiet? Because we're supposed to be
Listen,
quiet. I love
quietness is welcome and celebrated. It
Yes,
is the reason you have your own room.
yes.
The infinity pool is large, right? 8 people can fit in that without having to trip over each other, right?
Love
The
it.
gazebo has seats. The other
Yes.
gazebo, the dining area has seats. Like there are, if you want to not be in your room, but also have time to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But, I am willing to bet,
Mm.
right, that people are going to want to hang out together some of the time
Yeah.
because of the room that it is, because of the groups that has come together, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it is not going to feel forced.
Right.
It will be
Exactly.
voluntary. It will happen organically. We will not be having any icebreakers at the welcome. I have come up with a little way to solve that, right? Okay.
Listen,
No
no icebreakers
icebreakers.
is already a win, okay?
No icebreakers.
Yes. I love that.
Ah,
We're not going to go around a room. Go what? Let's go around the room and tell us a fun
no,
fact.
no,
None of
no,
that.
no. We're not going to do that.
Can I
We're not
tell
going to
you?
do that.
Every time the anxiety that I feel every time somebody says that, because of course somebody asks well, for me personally, somebody asks a question like that and immediately my mind goes blank, right? First of
Hmm.
all. And of course I just don't want to do it, which, or maybe that should go first. I
Yeah,
don't want to do it. My mind goes blank. And then I just end up, I don't enjoy it. And I say something corny, it's just, it's not
yeah.
good. And then if the goal is to get to know me or know the other person better, they're not getting to know me better with that at all. At all. So I'm
No,
very happy that you do not have any awkward icebreakers. Thank you.
none, none, none.
Very
And
much appreciated.
having been to events before, what will happen is that things are going to evolve through the week. We may, and one of the things that I've done, I did it already in June. I had a meeting for everybody that was currently registered.
Right.
We're planning to have another virtual meeting late August. Well, we're quite late in August now, so maybe early September.
Yeah, we're
Right?
August is done. August is done.
Right? Early
We're in the
September,
24th.
so that,
Yes.
so that everybody who's coming can meet each other virtually, right?
Yes.
um, Talk about some last logistical things to do with the retreat, right? And then, even though you might not have had long conversations, people will not be total strangers when you arrive. And I think
Right.
that helps.
Oh, that's
That
much better.
helps to create the vibe. That helps it not be so you don't have to stress,
Yes.
right? You will
That
have had one or two meetings with those people before,
right.
so they will not be totally foreign to you. It removes another area because I've been to these things. As an introvert, going into groups of strangers can be quite stressful,
Oh my gosh.
right?
That's
And so this is a small group. You will have met people before, and there will be no icebreakers
mhm.
at the welcome dinner.
There'll,
None.
there'll be a welcome and there'll be dinner
Yes, and there'll be goodie bags,
and goodie bag.
right? There will be a very short welcome. As you
Mhm.
know, I believe it or not, I'm usually a woman of few words, right? And I like to let things evolve because
Yes.
I think that's how we're going to have the richest experience,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And as though I have, I've planned some interesting things for us to talk about, but I'm also open as we go through the days, as other things come up. I'm open to seeing where the conversation takes us. Because if you have a room full of introverts and neurodivergent people,
Hmm.
right? Then if you have then deep conversations are going to happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Deep
Absolutely.
thoughts are going to happen,
Deep
right? And
thoughts,
so,
potentially lubricated by a bit of rum. As Letitia said, rum before
yeah,
bed, I plan to be fully present. Yes, there will be a little bit, not a little bit, there will be a lot of local fear, which is something actually I
yes,
wanted to talk about, sis, because um a lot of excuse me, a lot of people travel to a different country and then
hmm,
all they want is their country but in a different location, if you understand what I'm saying. They
yeah,
want the same
this is
cuisine,
not
the same
that.
experience, whatever. You are providing Barbados. You are providing
Yes,
Barbados.
and we have
Yeah.
the La Maison has its own chef. I have had the chance to try the food from there many times. It is absolutely delicious, right?
Wait. Can't wait.
um, yeah, it's just, yeah, I think
It's
it's
gonna be
so
great.
important. It's so important to create for us, for those who
Mhm,
pour into others, to have this opportunity to experience that luxury ourselves.
mhm, mhm.
So
So
important.
we've talked a lot about who the retreat is for.
Hmm.
Um, and so who is
I
the
know what you're
retreat?
going to ask.
Who is the retreat not for? Or I mean, is there anybody that it's not for?
Yeah. There are always people it is not for. Yes.
Okay, so yeah,
If you if you
we
if
don't need
you
to
if you
dwell, but
if you can't be away from your phone, if quiet disturbs you, if you want to be constantly chatting all the time and constantly busy all the time,
Mhm.
then the day retreat is still and sovereign. I think there would be a mismatch there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you like stillness, if you want the chance to choose your own adventure,
Mhm.
right? Then this
Love
is the
that.
retreat for you.
Yes, yes. Speaking of choosing your own adventure, I remember seeing that there are a la carte spa services. Is that true?
There are a la carte services. Um,
Y'all
so
might be missing me more than I expected because I'm gonna be I'm gonna be in there.
yes, yes, yes. So there's everything that you need
Mm,
to really have to feel pampered, looked after, cared for, to have a luxurious time,
mm-hmm,
to enjoy the quiet, to enjoy the stillness,
mm-hmm.
but also to reflect,
Right, right.
reflect on what has been stopping you from experiencing this before,
Yeah, yeah. And
right?
so a lot of people, you hear about a retreat and maybe think that all you're going to be doing is quote unquote working on yourself, right?
No,
Which is not a bad thing.
yeah,
And it sounds to me like you've created a great balance of a little bit of introspection, a lot of relaxation, a lot of agency, a lot of
yes,
caring for those who need to be cared for. And I
yes.
love that that's how you've designed everything. You know,
Thank
yeah,
you, sis.
of course. No,
It really,
I'm amazed because this is your first one, right?
it is.
I don't even know why I'm amazed because this is just how you tend to do things. This is your first one and you are just like, you have knocked it out of the park. I mean, the goodie bags, wait till the people know. I mean, everybody knows that they're getting a signed copy of Space to Exhale, right?
Yes,
But there is, you've planned
so much more.
so many other things for them, and
Yes.
yeah, it's
And
just,
just to say that part of filling the goodie bags includes supporting local businesses,
yes,
right?
which you are doing and have done, you know?
Yes. Yes, I also for one day
Mm-hmm.
I also hope to invite a couple of local guests to join us for the day
Oh,
because I
lovely.
really feel like it's the kind of experience that everybody should benefit from, and that you
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't just bring something, bring an event, and leave out the people that are living there. You
Yes, yes,
know,
yes. Yeah,
right
yeah.
now, obviously, we still want it to be still and sovereign. We still
Mhm.
want we still want people to feel that they're not overwhelmed,
Yes,
right? So I will be capping those numbers.
yes. It's not
Also,
a big crowd of people.
it is not a big crowd of people.
Mhm.
It is not
Good.
a big crowd of people. You know,
Mhm.
somewhere between 2 and 4 people, and just for one day.
You see, I like that because I mean, that might not sound like a lot, but that level of thoughtfulness and intentionality, because you're always thinking of, okay, what are my guests going to experience? And because
Absolutely.
you are an introvert, you
Mhm.
already kind of have an idea of, okay, how would this land? you know
Yes. Yes.
and so I love that you really are running every item, every experience through the lens of, you know I am an introverted person, how would this land with me? I'm a quiet person, how would this land with me? I just want to rest, how would this land with me? And so I
Mhm.
love that you put so much intention and like really granular thought into it. Like hats off to you.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
sis.
Hats
I'm
off.
I'm very excited. I am very excited. I am excited to meet all the people who are going to be in the room,
Mm-hmm.
those who I have not already met. There are people that I have known online,
Mm-hmm.
and we've not had the chance to be in the same room. So I'm excited about that. I am excited to deliver a stellar experience,
Oh,
right?
and you shall. Listen, I'm already waiting for all of the positive reviews and testimonials, because people are just going to be like singing your praises. I already know it. Um, So for somebody, let's say, I mean, we've mentioned before there's one space remaining, right? So
Yes.
if there's somebody out there who is interested in attending, but they're like telling themselves, okay, I can't do it, I can't take this much time, whatever they might be telling themselves, or I don't know, even I'm too busy, or I'm too tired to go and rest, whatever they might be telling themselves. Like, what would you say to someone like that to make them reconsider and like take the time that they need to get still and sovereign?
I think the question that we always have to ask ourselves is, can we afford not to invest in our rest?
Ooh.
Right? Because why are we forcing ourselves to run on fumes in
Mm-hmm.
so many ways? You know, I think the capitalist white supremacist notion that we have to be constantly productive, constantly doing, and only then do we have value needs to be thrown out of the window,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? We are worthy, and we
Yeah.
are worthy of rest.
Mm-hmm.
We are worthy of ease. We are
Mm-hmm.
worthy of luxury.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, let me talk. For the woman who, has been running on fumes, for the woman who has seen her health slightly impaired because of the work that she has been doing, for the
Mm-hmm.
woman who is constantly doing for friends, for family, for children, for others, for clients, you are the person that needs this most. You
Yes.
are the person that needs this most.
Mm-hmm.
So come to the Still and Sovereign retreat. Come and let yourself be looked after and cared for 5 days in beautiful Barbados with
Yeah.
a luxury villa, a private chef, an infinity pool, and much, much more.
And much,
Right?
much more. Oh my God.
Do we have
Um,
any questions from the people who are listening in? Because,
any questions from the audience? So we have two folks here who are definitely attending, right?
yes,
So we have
yes,
Toki, we have Latrice, um,
yes.
we have a
We
few
have
other folks
Toki.
in here. And so, yes, if anybody else has any questions, absolutely let us know. Um,
Yeah.
and so another question, I have two more questions for you, sis. So one
Okay.
is, when sorry, your guests leave the villa La Maison Michelle, and when they leave Barbados on September 29th, what
Yes.
do you hope for them to take home with them that they did not have when they arrived on the 24th?
I want them to really feel deep within them that their rest is within their hands, to
Mm,
feel that they can take those moments of restoration when they need them throughout the days and weeks that follow,
mhm.
to take a little bit of that Barbadian warmth and sunshine to warm them as they go towards winter,
Yes.
and to remind them that they can be still and sovereign, to remind them that there's nothing wrong with being quiet, that your
Mhm,
quiet can be honored and
mhm,
affirmed, to
mhm.
feel good about themselves, to feel rested, to feel relaxed, to feel more in tune. I could go on.
Beautiful. You're such a poet. You're such a poet. I was like, oh, this is just soothing my soul right now. And so, last question is, there is just that one spot left, right? So, how can the lucky guest that gets that seat? How can they secure that spot? What's the best way for them to go about doing
The
that?
best way to do that is to contact me via
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn. My email is hello@sharonhurleyhall.com. I will send you the information. You can, it's there scrolling across. You can
Mm-hmm.
go to that. If you go to that page and you know that you have to be there, that last spot is yours, contact me on LinkedIn, contact me through the contact form on the website, contact me by email. I
Right.
am not hard to find.
And
Right?
so your primary site is sharonhh.com.
yes.com, right?
So people, you can go there, go to sharonhh.com. Everything
Mm-hmm.
is there. For those of you who are watching, the full URL to get to the Quiet Queens Still and Sovereign retreat is there. So you can watch it going across the screen. We're also going to drop it in the comments. And
Yes.
I personally am excited because I am going to be there.
You're going to be there, and if you know, Toki's going to be there, Latrice is going to be there, other people are going to be there. And
Yes.
so if you are thinking, wow, a chance to be in the room with these people is
Mm-hmm.
something you don't want to miss, because conversations happen about all sorts of things.
Yes. Yeah.
Then come get that last seat.
Yeah. This is your chance to get that last seat.
This is your
And
chance.
I mean, and thank you for curating this, because let me tell you, I've been wanting to go to, I mean, I've done retreats, but not a long one like this, certainly not in a long time, right?
Mhm.
And so I am personally grateful to you for curating this and for, making this whole opportunity and experience possible. Because the likelihood is I would not be going on a retreat left to my own devices. If you weren't organizing this, the truth is, I probably would not be going on a retreat, right?
Mhm.
So thank you for curating it, putting it together, organizing it, for dreaming it up and making it come to reality. And I'm looking forward to when we do the post-mortem
Yes.
in life, right? And oh my gosh, I'm already so excited. But yes, sis, thank you very much. Is there anything else that you want people to know? Anything else you want to share with folks before we sign off?
I This is going to be a phenomenal room to be in, to share a phenomenal location to share space with phenomenal women
Mm-hmm.
for 5 days,
For 5 days.
right? To to return to yourself, to be cared for. It's an experience you don't want to miss.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing like being in for the first of something,
Right?
right?
Yes.
You're gonna want to say you were there for the first Still and Sovereign
Very first
retreat.
one. For the very first one.
Yes?
And
You're gonna be
so,
want to be in the room with Latrice, Toki, Lisa, and me, and
mhm,
others.
and others, and others. And so
Right?
thank you very much, sis. And thank you to everybody who joined us, whether your team live, team replay. Thank you so much. And for those lucky ones among you, we will see you September 24th in beautiful, beautiful Barbados. Bye.
Bye.